Hello Guardians, and welcome to my new weekly weapon review where I will give you my thoughts and advice on weapons within Destiny 2. These weapons will be ones that I am fond of, likely, but if you would like one reviewed, let me know and I'll add it to my to-do list. So without delay, let's get started. The Adjudicator is today's choice. It is a submachine gun with a 600 RPM and 25 impact. Other guns similar to this archetype are Antiope D or Atlanta D, so I will refer to the gun and those as a comparison throughout this video. This arc seems to be pretty dominant when it comes to SMGs simply because they have such a quick time to kill when it comes to PvP. On these sort of weapons you want to be looking at mainly the range and stability / handling, as this will affect how useful it is in matches for you. Adjudicator has a decent stats in all three of these similar to the other two, however, there are differences. So the Adjudicator has a range stat of 65 while Atlanta has 50, but Antiope D has a range of 72, so the Adjudicator sits nicely between them. Stability and handling is better on the Atlanta D compared to both the other guns, but it has lower stats elsewhere, which I think makes the Atlanta D the lesser of all three. Adjudicator has the best recoil direction, which is 93, with Antiope D at 90 and Atlanta on 82. This gun definitely fires in a vertical direction, whereas Antiope D tends to kick out to the left or right, meaning that gun I feel has a much harder control to it and when to predict that kick's going to happen. Same with the Atlanta D, that recoil direction is 82, which means it's going to be even worse. That's why the Adjudicator is one of the easiest SMGs to use due to its predictability on the recoil, and that is why it's one of my favourites, not the Antiope D. Now let's talk about its perks, because the perks tends to make the gun what it is. It has slideways or hipfire perks for its first options. Now both of these can be useful for an SMG, especially since they are close-quarter combat weapons. And it's pretty much what makes this weapon my go-to weapon for in PvP. I use slideways as I slide a lot around corners and get the jump on people before they can get the shots off on me. But hipfire would be just as useful for catching players off guard, because you could come at them from the air without aiming, and at the same time you wouldn't have to worry about aiming before engaging the enemy. The last perk, which makes this weapon even more of a beauty to use, is dynamic sway reduction, which basically means that 93 recoil direction is going to be closer to 100 by the time you get halfway through the magazine. Overall, I think this SMG has the best feel and control compared to any of the other SMGs in the game, and yet it holds the same time to kill as the best SMGs without any damage perks active, of course, because obviously Antiope D does have a damage perk if you reload after a kill, which could slightly lower that time to kill, but if you ask me, the amount of opportunities you're going to get you to use that are very minimal. My recommendation is to use this over the Antiope D and Atlanta D, but that's my opinion. For Masterworks, you really want an ideal role would be stability or handling, but if you want my recommendation out of those two, it would be to go for handling, because the other perks on this gun increase the stability more than enough to cause the gun to basically just fire upwards. That's it for today's weapon review, guys. I hope you find this useful and maybe you give Adjudicator a try because of it. You know, if you do, let me know what you think of it and how it went for you. Did it go disastrous, or did you go on a 5-kill spree straight away with it? You know, let me know. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit that like button, and if you feel like it, subscribe. Remember to keep it in the crucible, and peace out, Guardians.